Mark Ewusiakun, convener of the Election Watch Ghana, member of the PNC. He is the national youth organizer. I have Nana Safu Ujaba, national communication team member for the National Democratic Congress. Painful.
Onua FM 95.1.
Bokobia.
Adam.
Ujaba, first time on my show, right?
I think first time I'm a share with you.
Yes. In another year, they will share. Yes. Yeah. Ejamia na me bonichi kakranka mate. Na ye nana ya mate, driver's mate nti ya.
Yeah, say you man na oye na. Enye obro mate so. Enye Dr. Baumia mate. I hope enye Dr. Baumia mate.
But you dey be young.
Okay, because me moon say obro adwuma so me be me na kakra or reception kakra.
Mate.
And I like how you put your questions.
Thank you.
It's good.
Mark.
Hey,
Apome.
Yamanadum. What's that?
Adum Bibia Day.
Yeah, that's it.
And we are going solely on this very issue.
That's true.
And I will give you time to begin your preambles now. But if there are any issue as we do, any first word, issue you want to put across, you are free to
Onua FM 95.1.
Okay, well,
take flight.
I think you better if you read the chair, sister, Nana ya. I want to commend His Excellency the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, for reinstating the 21st September holiday.
Yes.
In fact, a group of people decided that they will change or rewrite the history of Ghana. Now, on many biane, if you begin missing the link to your history, it makes you lose focus.
Okay.
And it affects your development. But being able to challenge the fact that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the Pan-Africanist, is the founder of Ghana.
But there is something striking. Remember, there is something striking. The papers not the Parliament. If I read the preamble, you see founders S apostrophe, as opposed to founders apostrophe S, which will now mean Kwame Nkrumah, one individual. But here we have S apostrophe. So does it not defeat what you are saying that yes, indeed, they are using Kwame Nkrumah's birthday 21st, but it is founders, that is S apostrophe, which is the collective.
You see,
the
we have a president now, whose actions and inactions brings the people together.
Okay.
So in order not to create any other controversial issues in the public, saying I found this, and I found that, and I found this, and I found that. And I found this. But what I am emphasizing on is the fact that the 21st September has been brought back and made it Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Day.
There was a leadership for that one.
Onua FM 95.1.
Exactly. So let me commend His Excellency the President for that. And we, the Nkrumah's fraternity, are very happy and we appreciate it.
I see. Aside that, the 4th of August has been quashed now on your holiday again. And then I think there was another day there, May Day, which is now has been made Workers' Day.
Yeah.
And then 1st July, which was taken off, has now been reinstated again.
We had a history, and history must be followed.
But if we keep doing the mama, but if say one party ba, now another party ba, then what are we doing?
When did we change it?
Oh, it was changed under the former president.
President
Akufo-Addo.
Okay, so since when did we change it? We have had this. We've been living with this from the days of Kufuor, Atta Mills, Rawlings. So why? What I thought was Anadu looking for that made him change it. So me,
because the UGCC, which Nkrumah was part of, which bet the journey of independence before CPP were coming out, 4th August. So that
so in our history books, did you ever cited 4th August as a holiday? It is no. It is only when Anadu came.
Anyway.
No, anyway. So we are back to our history, and we are extremely offended and happy that the president has done that. So
let me go to my brother. I don't know your first word. Then we can.
Mamencha omo majibe no mutie no nicha party for. In fact, and they will be abontina we ma. Bibia de say my Ghana man job unlike first na
Onua FM 95.1.
I'm bia and I'm not possible.
They see July 1 2.45. So we are aware.
You see, you talk about that. They be in the buy. So we been there and question boase.
Oh, but this PRC.
And I'm so been there and question boase. It's part of the IMF conditionalities.
Yeah.
So we go there. But you see, I'm a proud political scientist.
Okay.
That's my background and area of specialization. And see, as you said, there is nowhere in our history 4th August. The struggles of our independence. Yes, in every society beyond, say, you kwaya the ni 50 kwana kwaya you will leader. That's the reason why Kumpreko, Rollins time. Yes, a Kufa need a lady, a banyon.
Onua FM 95.1.
Because he part on Batia, Budia, near President Kufa. Then time he was vocal, vociferous, leading the crowd against President Rawlings. So thinking that a Kufa in a year's hard, you know. But it doesn't mean so. You see, 1st July 1960. Your first president or Mayumha as a constitutional president or Mayumha, President Coleman cannot be changed. So, say President Rawlings Yaba, under say Yaba democracy 1992. President Rawlings Yaba, President Kofuaba, President Mills Yaba, John Mahama 1, John Mahama 2, Akufo-Addo 1 and 2. Onua
FM 95.1.
You see, the highest position at JB Dan Komudino Kroma is in regional chairman. In fact, he lost the election to people's teacher when he couldn't poto. Me say, I brag. Oh no, you see, I'm telling you a history. That's the reason why I'm trying to tell you. I am a very proud political scientist. Akufo-Addo is trying, President Akufo-Addo, former president, is trying to make it obvious like. JB Dan Kwamon Kofubi independence. And Facebook
was that the case?
Self-government within the shortest possible time. Any self-government now. There is a clear distinction between the two of them. Musu independence ni kwa hu hia. Ya to yebo. Obi so hu hia ya pese enya ye fa ahudie net. Obi ade ni mu ama this struggles am ye nya this independence. A lot of assassination. Do you remember Kulungu?
Yeah, the bomb attack.
Onua FM 95.1.
You are moving around trying to change history and the narrative that 4th August, 21st September, yesterday, Afenyomakin was in Parliament saying, he said, no, for the Fanti Confederacy, ni great grandfather and co. And I was asking him on Facebook now, say, now, time I know more power, now know what Parliament you want. Well, who knows our history? We say Fanti Confederacy. None of Amoka who see a doom in the car. And what I'm saying, President Kufuor trying to change the history. I'm a pure Nkrumahist. But the fact that I'm a pure Nkrumahist doesn't mean that the Messianic, my background, area of specialization, I cannot talk about it. In fact, after 1st July 1960, Ghana get the phone for bomb Krom has said to an extent that Nkrofo construct Krom ha marketing now close it down. It took President Nkrumah in September 1960. Continue to talk to them and Sana Ghana before cyber back Ababediga. We were in Ghana here. A lot of assassination. And I'm the President Nkrumah Faso. Much letter kwa Mabroni Bium. So I'm on independence and when I say kaka ni saka. President Nkrumah said no. Ye here independence in the CIA. And you bear the first sub-Saharan country independent. And you are moving around telling me say in fact, me babu do akro 8 years kwa you say Kwame Nkrumah is the founder of Ghana.
Thank you.
You cannot change the history. Sometimes me the one see for who say omo years am sibi na omo dey JB Dan Kwamon Nkofo bi hihye fam say the be kan kwalenti mi ade. But trust me, and father, the framers of the 1992 constitution, omo true constitution 1992 no. No munim da say your Nkofo bi omo bebu o man ne ko. Buzi amo any President Kufuor papa be ceremonial president Nkofo bi abakọ ni ade. We know what they came to do. But the framers of the 1992 constitution, omunim, that's the reason why I say Kwame Nkrumah ye benya new constitution, they bebu o man Ghana 1992 no. Yenim say Kwame Nkrumah is the founder of this country. So we didn't try to change anything. And we will continue to celebrate the Independence Day. Kwame Nkrumah as the first president of the Republic of Ghana. His name can never be taken away.
Ojaba, I wanted to us to move away from this, but you've raised something. Don't you think that the dates are, I mean, we're in school, is because once upon a time, before 1992, activities be a banning, and so there were some parties they were not vibrant, they didn't come to power to, as it were, correct some narration. Those who were in power then, what the two men, i.e. Nkrumah put something there. Then military for bay will be breaky. Then we came to constitutional rule. Then military boom. Then Liman Bay, military boom. Then J.J. Rawlings, very long haul, 19 years. All these people, more or less, Nkrumah, so the ideology of Nkrumah is churn it out was something you cannot discount. And so another group comes who feels that part of the history has not been written well for posterity. Yen try na yen infuse into it. Was it wrong? Just 2 minutes for me.
Now, me pacho na President Kufuor don't go for no minimum answer President Kufuor administration.
Onua FM 95.1.
President Kufuor was he not part of the NDPs? Onka ho. Inti President Kufuor ba and President Kufuor no nko for Eastern Region. Che before the person mo say President Kufuor they say bi na adwene ni fie. When who history say he will try to infuse some people. But then Kufuor ba beka history no ho. President Kufuor the one.
You've answered my
question. President Kufuor, I think that time Kwana na nie fie obohu niam bebrebe.
President Kufuor was part of the People's Assembly then.
Yeah.
You see, he was part of.
He was a very young person. Brought in by Jerry John Rawlings.
That is the 257 Assembly. Yes. So you see,
drafted the Constitution.
That is it. That time I think
President Kufuor is not an achim. Because President Kufuor is not an achim.
Into Kufuor by when who say obey. But you see, if you want to add up history, you don't change the date. How do you change the date to add up history? Oh no, you can say kwano na ohene ka ho na ya brefo ka ho na safu ojaba ka ho. You can continue to mention their name, but you cannot change the date. Say 1st July 1960 and the first president as a constitutional president of Ghana. You can't change it. If you want to add up history, you don't change the date.
Thank you.
Now they will go for the abeshishem No, I'm not saying say if you want to mention Kojobo, I know he was part of Bedema. Yes, you can mention their name, but you cannot change the date and the day, the independence, the struggles, and what went on. You cannot change it.
Matters.
I think that we are not. You see, what we are saying is not to appreciate the effort others made. But you see, history is history, just as the law is the law.
Well, from a Henry Eliud Yankee, you can call me hero. Go on Facebook. Let's have a beautiful conversation. Trezeguet Jr. says, good morning. I'm watching you live from Nsawam. Trezeguet, thank you. This one says, good. Keep the good work. Madasi. Good morning, Onua FM. Good morning to you, my brother. Sikatete says, Yensampo, Yensampa. Thank you so much for your messages. Plenty of them coming, but let's kickstart with the end discussion. Mark, was it needed, looking at the narrative and the narration of Kodo about the Chief Justice, did you think she needed to come out this way to let people know what she's going through?
I think the Chief Justice's conduct is alien to the Constitution of the people. The reason is this. It is clearly stated Young Constitution, Article 146.
Okay.
Let's say B or 2. The procedure for which a Chief Justice or any other public official in the position of a Chief Justice will be removed.
Okay.
I know, sir, from the conversations around this particular removal, the president would have to receive a petition and do the needful. After establishing a prima facie, then the Council of State will look at it, come up with a committee, and the committee will then invite whoever the person is. I mean, do you know that if the president had not delivered on this mandate as required by the Constitution, he would have breached the law?
Yes, or condition for impeachment.
Exactly, a condition for impeachment. So by now, President Mahama would have been facing his impeachment process if he had not taken this step as outlined in Article 146.
But some of them too, Onyenche, for instance, for him to suspend the Chief Justice, Onyenche, that could not bring about his impeachment.
After establishing a prima facie,
yes,
and the committee sits.
Yes,
to find out
throughout the committee, he can choose to suspend her upon advice, or Obetu Wejan must still will hold no position as she's going through the process.
President Mahama is not the kind of president who will go and sleep, wake up in the morning and tell you that do this, do that. You see, the kind of freedom we are enjoying, we are also enjoying judicial freedom in the sense that President Mahama is allowing the processes to work. He is allowing the law to be the law. So these are processes and procedures. Mambrana Adan and we are doing it. Now, the framers of the Constitution in their own mindset knew that there will be a time I will go through some of these issues. And the process must be heard in camera. We were here a month ago, and I said, "Say, as a citizen of Ghana, me person me hunu nienti am Chief Justice, if in the office. But is that what the law says? It is no. In this Constitution, last time we met, our Royal Fiesta, the Constitutional Review Committee with CDD, and I made a suggestion that look, the President of the Republic, Ghana, wields more power than the President of America. That is why when President Trump decided to say, students are free Africa,
they
went to court and they won the case.
Yeah.
But in Ghana, it can never happen. And so, for instance, the appointment of the Inspector General of Police, let us have a council, just as we have. And they would set up a committee to look out for who is due,
best fit,
who merits, who is best to fit that particular position. Again, the Electoral Commission. Let us have a new way where the sitting president does not appoint someone to the Electoral Commission and have control over the person, just as we've seen in these past elections. These are certain things that we need to be looking at. And so I told Professor Kwesi Prempeh that look, we the younger ones are looking out for more proactive systems that will augment development and not the archaic way of doing things. Hemi, Yamame Chief Justice, I know, sir, if a matter of this nature is before the courts, we don't come out to make prejudicial comments. But someone listening to us will say, and I say in a court, can we situate this particular conversation and as a case or committee as a court matter? Yes, because it deals with senior officers within the judiciary service. And then she linked the killing of a military officer to that of the judges. It tells you clear that Madam Tokonu has clearly exposed herself, to the fact that she disliked the PNDC administration and rather liked the UP. I want to go back to the days. It exposes Madam Tokonu, her linkage and her likes for the UP against the PNDC. Look, why should we even bring this matter to the fore? When this is a history that at the end of the day, President Kufuor set up a National Reconciliation Commission. Amotina se hwe nsem nyina kan ya and then abo amanfobo atom yam. Why do you bring it back? Why do you want to remember us of the past? Sabe omwa ayakayaka dia yede ye omabusuafo a omfa mu ahwere mo nkwa no. Obese okom yawa na.
But the fact that the reconciliation aba yakasa fa ho interest ayodi ni ho. Bia yiku me wo fa na mete nase a ono na ohwe me. Ehwo na wode me akosi edi masem. It brings memory. Oni ho kwan so okasa fa ho.
Henry. Say what na kam free ha kwatakra de. And I'm fine say asamboni de nkwachi. Obuso ni tina kam free akra kwatakra de. Na ka no kwhwe fom na sabi wowu a wo obesumi ananche free akra. Onfro ka biem. Sabi se nsuo fa wo ba. Na oba no wu a wonu mu nsuo biem. Is that what we are saying? It must certainly not be so. In any case, Edu lodge na ye kano. Just last year, the last 2 years. And a president, Nana Akufo-Addo, Onua innovative place, no, a manufacture a particular standard that you bet me a house foreign diplomats.
It doesn't take away the fact.
I'm coming in. Fine. Even the president, who at a point in time we can say was also directly, affected by the PNDC era and the atrocities that were meted on people, no, had gone to renovate the place. In any case, is it the Osukase or Onomoya Adenana? So her position on that, I think, is neither here nor there. But you see, she's trying to
wrap up.
She's trying to court public sympathy, which is very good. And the famous of the Constitution knew that some of these things would happen. In camera. However, the people you are counting their sympathy voted for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to hold public officials of the past administration to account. And so you have missed the belt. This she's doing actually Pepe say ye gentleman it's now on my kind Emma public officials Emma mebu adwuma ye da mamono and ho akonta sabe so wo Ghana ha say the nana sita nana ya kan wo Ghana ha me amount the brebi say brabedi you should know sir just as you have been appointed the people of this country will demand accountability from you and that accountability we have individual institutions that are supposed to do that on behalf of the people of Ghana.
I will be asking you about enyo me na make ono na wakofa ba nti enye me na make because as per Mbrani we are not supposed to talk about the details.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be in camera but she has brought it into yebe kan wafa. Ojaba, I don't know what you make of all of this. Was it na ehia judging from how anankofo akasafa no ho omu crucify no in court na ehia.
You see Chief Justice Mami Tokoni. In fact, she's one of the CJs of Maba Ghana. Me cry me tell me team the prediction to be ready. Oh yes. But the prediction be Luta be near. One of the Chief Justices I made the prediction to be with the trap or any time a case will be a Supreme Court to be an it the trap. We try Yanimedi. He's one of the Chief Justices. In fact, or Boamema Kakrasu Bang Bottom, but the prediction be a to be. In fact, you see, if we are so power a transient. Now, justice emanating from the people. Position here, the mouth say, Dibian, fashion to him say, you will be a Honman son over. And there has been a precedence. Yenye Chief Justice who do be a backward. Sa brabo ma me toko no bon kurum kan. Masa me mani fe de mi hu bi o.
Abrabo ben wa.
Enye the time na Santro Kofi Akwafu Lolobi for enya a representation in parliament for 4 years.
What was it here?
On only time the case in court as it stands now.
We your friends was it here or back on enemy aboa?
Ebe any time.
Okay.
You see, your cases be honomo. Mami we edi atena so. One for buni and die. Ghana for. You see, at the time, let me help you.
Ojaba men cartoon a conversation. So much now as a bench.
I'm coming there. As a bench, and all post yard be man for. Look at sometimes or yet had your soil to soy aquala. Had your soil or Tian or yet soy aquala. We are now the catcher Ghana for say. And found did that obey. The law is the law. But let me tell you something. The famous of the 1992 constitution is Sabi. No more than Mudo. Now I'm not surprised that you actually Ghana constitution, your friend people for Mama. Because almost all Mutimi no more Tony with Jum, or Mutimi and Quasi for Mutimi Mason for and Confront and us in your end of the constitution. It is the famous of the 1992 constitution, chaired by SKB Asante in Penphobia or Matanasi, Jimmy Yansan of the show, Ghana 1992 constitution. No man for Yan Shemuko. Yes, say, proceed this. A kwanya will be me their person me na nasa for me ti me ye Ghana ni betimi akoko ta na betimi a petition dampani say a kwan we ya Henry as an independent body di ma fashion mani nye hu tie wiwem article 146 me clear and ya state and this is not the first time one article 146 ye dey adwuma o my Ghana mu
no
let me give you some precedents na me kind history. And I may check issues be a SC or my Ghana Muhanomwa. This is not the first time. There was a case be a year Article 146 proceedings. I say and it's supposed to be in camera. 146 clause 8.
Yes.
And I say your man is supposed to be in camera. 2015 to 2016. Now case number 2. SCGL R812. Ajechum versus Attorney General.
Yes.
2005-2006. Another case, Ghana Bar Association versus Attorney General, 1995-1996.
And Taga IPI.
That is it. Taga IPI. You have some of them. This is not the first time I use Article 146 clause 8. I say in camera. Now, no pay no me what do na me bisa won say. Now, Justice Tokon for former Chief Justice na Krano, ne maame way. Na mi busa say ne maame way na me say busa say na lawyer krokro na wodi anim lawyer no ne maame way. Senior case ya wo court a criminal case. Whichever case it is, yes my mama ye prejudicial. Ye ma bonti make kansam. Enti mame kire wasem bi. Woka wura na friend go fe da me no.
Yes.
President Kufuor time no ukuru ma ya. Go Fred me a wono na ye lawyer. Wo gina mama ye maame tokonu. A wono ne bo 5 wo gina che den say maame no betime nya ne ho afa adie no aba betena ho no no. Emire bi na nu ye 2018 ya. O say the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice Godfrey Dame has been warned what he described as increased tendency for various persons, including members of the legal profession of considerable standing, to run extremely Ghana weba obinya 2018 Godfrey Dame babonte be can say a lawyer for any judges for any prejudicial comments now man wa bonte no. Okay, you will get it. Let me get the date for you.
Oh, don't worry. I just wanted we continue. Why it was so.
Date in the 5th July 2023.
Okay.
Godfrey Dame.
Okay.
One now ye mami lawyer. One Jimmy and two mami will say for say. At the end now one central for the fourth estate of the realm ko jina bontia kwa ye no. It's against the constitution. It's against the law. Enti kwa bontia ko kan kire Ghana for say ni say. Na mami ne say ai. Na ya mani kunu kwa ma na nwura. When the last time I who say Article 146 clause 8 and 8 other numbers no ye do obi asama wo ko de ni kunu de akiri kwada onko na okunu okuru ma uru mo okunu che wo okuru ma sei and o say and am CJ unye CJ we are suspended CJ, so you don't have that right na nekita wo no has been taken away from you. You were saying something, so Onua CJ you are not a CJ.
I was not the one saying.
No. Yes. So I'm also reminding you. You are not a CJ. We are suspended CJ. So that to me na nekita wono. You don't have it again. Say what is that me? You don't have that right. So the culture say, "Ya kwa kodi wa no asem." Na ese se wo de ofun wuram. Ese wo kunu eto ni coat. no shine shoe who do a chikuta bag, nature something you could do and wasm. On another case, you don't go out, I won't share the old person with you. Committee, no, baby, or much less you could do wasm. It's not in constitution.
No.
It's not in constitution.
It's not being stated.
It's not in anywhere in the constitution. Justice for man and call for the better so that be you do on your FMA. Yet our reception what you was in other case, possible baby I could know of a bee and NDC for penny for now and wine now buying a shadow no modiaco. Nandy at that time I could for the renovation. Everybody you know that in one kaisa yawno. No, you see, this is a gross hypocrisy. That day na president Kufuor year renovation. Ebubu adan year renovation. Omubu na one kasa ha na ekun wofa. Omu year renovation na Kufuor je samra na ye boy ensem ma no. One kasa president Kufuor renovation ya wo ye a wo se bia no yin. O kai ma hu sa ha na ekun wofa. Then time you were chief justice, you were enjoying. But that day no one kai ye kodu ano asem wo enchen ho a o enye ho enchen. Wo se no de amu aka ba bia ye kun wofa. By renovation na president Kufuor gina ho eye renovation ma wiase nyina ehunu ne de wan kai se ho ne ekun wofa. What kind of life is this? As a senior what say what practicing the law and the system and whatever for 32 years. You don't know say yes ade in camera. Say o ma me ko ma hu say case ni yedi no wadu lodge. Ti me ko go hebi. Me ko go hebi. Why security zone? But senkophobia sebi omonfoa de emra no ka no so anase omonfo de step a president ateki ene direction na esi ko no estorm ho edi tuo ne seka ne ma ne ne makọ no ma wo no invite omo ho no because anya ma me ne ka sa ho no mudi case na me oja ba mche na minim ho.
Based on that, would you suggest that the appropriate authorities, be it Justice Poaman led committee or whatever, obi betimi de akose we breachy Article 146 enti enokra mpo yitimi gina so another
case in kwan ye ni me cite ni nsem bi o kan wo say an we anya petition bia no anya petition response na president mama no na love letter na ana na eden wo so wani ji president mama won tina o cho letter kwama no president mama as a respected person under this democratization or say obemba fair hearing. In fact, who the can grab the constitution no you show letter your petition no who throw to the air the media and the president mama say o ma onanso brabe ya no ade kudiencha we yes had 10 days brabe ya no ade kudiencha we yes had na we ye president mama say o ma fair hearing obi enu won mo betete o obi enu won mo be ha o. In fact, who admit your response say why your court document falsification I am ga korogo contempt channel. Of course, we go review. You have proceedings and you say, "Would be any much?" Say, "You do to me that they contempt be actual." And you admitted in your response, say, "It is true, sir. There was a court proceedings there. You free falsification of court document. Petitioner, I already call. Nyama na me call here. And this is not the first time we be the petitioner call. Professor Kweku Azar. Yeah. And the kind be under President Kufuor at the time. And I'm not talking here. And Kufuor contempt actually one more court. I'm going to do much more. Musi and family kwanso. Following the process, na omkwe ne you mudi afiri so na no tezi kwa no eni onua for record so say wo ba ready wo ho. And you expect say yenya amount na court. The 146 is clear. You see, me the manu be see from on this issue. Say the baya obi ti baby o say an na maame no na mfan kusia. Article 146 clause 8. All proceedings under this article shall, the underline word shall be held in camera. And the justice or chairman against whom the petition is made is entitled to be heard in his defense by himself or by a lawyer or other experts of his choice. That day, we say, now lawyers, one could be lawyers in the court. Emrana Kanawaha. Emrana sitting clear. About 9 now. Was it the president shall, in each case, act in accordance with the recommendation of the committee? 10 no. Or say, where a petition has been referred to the committee under this article, the president may, in the case of Chief Justice acting in accordance with the advice of the Council of State, by one signed by him, suspend the Chief Justice. May. Suspend the Chief Justice. So you see, Adebia President Mama Yibiano is in the Constitution. And now President Mama, you see, he's one of the gentlemen now. We are not dear Kurana. no hwe udi senye obi and the petition aba e wo niam bi a wo ye ya a whole chief justice me use in letterhead and they recommending kofo as a president in promote to the judicial system, which you know say is against the constitution, because some person will your appointment to the judicial system and you're going in consultation with the council of the judicial council. But mami wey issue in letterhead. So you see, I read the petition of Professor Koku as the common president Kufuor. He cited all this in paragraph 176, 178. What kind of cases we now? But President Kufuor, as your brother, as your uncle, so your party need there for that one, I can't tell. A two petition to train baby. But any uncle phobia, what do you want bonnet? Oh my God, I say. Chief Justice to quiet, you are entitled to go with your security or whatever. Per diem call the man back why you can't want them. We are not going to allow this to happen.
Thank you.
I respect how President Mama is cleaning the judicial system. I respect and I am very happy how President Mama is making sure say he's shaping the judicial system. Say the beya maybe no me in your case behind the court. You who bet me the atoye. You see, and go for 7 now, President Mama do my but justice is now. Yeah, vetu.
No more vetu. Ya pass you. It's left with President
Misurumpu. Oma biankasa. And the level at which Mary do mutuno, they are going to be fair to the system. Irrespective of President called Omobai. Yo Kroma, Justice Paul Bafuboni was the senior most at the bar. Mujan Honamon, Yadema Mitokunubai, a president in the decision. Fine. Well, a senior most, yes, certain call for at this committee, near Jan Ho, near selecting Omomi juniors. No. But 128 near clear. The senior most at the bar supposed to take over as an acting chief justice. So he is taking over. And what I'm saying is that maybe man see from no, Mamma no, Obianya no Bonibia, Obia no one of my one case. No mum all running to the public. Ebepe and one will soon be minimum. Obepe a favor, public favor, free Ghana for honey. Obia will be feeling every chance. They will chroma say now, my Ghana for me, what channel more chroma say. The judicial system has been compromised.
Thank you, Ojaba. Thank you so much. Good morning. Ayiko, NDC is the future for Ghanaians. For NDC is the future for. It should be Ghana. MPP never again. That is coming from Paul Amenesozi. Altrus Nana Kwesi Apia Sechi. What the fire emojis bear 2 million and I was sending. Thank you. Lucrative Nunana CK says more fire. Natasha Nicer also please. I want to send something happening in Ghana video. What do you send mine? Send my memo number, send it 20244 244027. 0244 244027. Or any issue be issue or put him up as a amplify the amount. Namping for it 200 more send it. Fabra number 0244 244027. 0244 244027. And also a year Nana and number which is a year 0244174074. 0244174074. Bra Kakra says, Honorable Mark Akko speaking very well. Okay. Trezeguet will say, good morning. I'm watching you live from his home. Thank you. Yeah, boss, I'm send a message. Now, more free. What from a bow no man salmon for Enfro and show battery. Would your man frame me? Anytime you make a call, I'll let people share your battery for you. You wrap up on the issue. Mention I say, oh, Mark. So, in all, moving forward, what should we be doing? After Waka's answer, how do you expect the Justice Poaman-led committee to work and Poaman himself to lead the pack with his name being mentioned like 3 times that as per the ACNO, he's not ready to be on the panel?
I mean, if you look at the justices of the Supreme Court, they come in line when it comes to seniority and their positions.
Yes.
And the system demands Gabriel Poaman should be there.
Okay.
And that is how it is, just as the law is. And he will be there. The fact that people are bringing in other issues, okay, best send the only thing I will say is that he shouldn't listen to them. He's in there to protect and defend the Constitution as a judge. I mean, there are several issues the woman have raised, which I think say, in as much as say or violate the very procedures at that honor. I said in my earlier submission that I in person will be very happy to see the proceedings that is leading to the impeachment or the suspension of my Chief Justice. Unfortunately, the law is not giving us that opportunity. So Professor H. Pempenko should look at that. Then she also spoke about her rights and whatever. Everybody has a right under this constitution. And I don't think her right has been curtailed in any way.
Okay.
I mean, if the president, just as I said, did not act on this, there will be a constitutional crisis. And that constitutional crisis is the basis for which we can impeach His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. For me who say process will be evaluating Article 146 and the subsequent events. Never shows say there's a breach of the constitution. Let us go by the law.
All right.
And ensure say at least the Judicial Council would be able to have their independence. Look, if the president did not act on this, it will mean that he's trying to do a cover-up just when he came into office. And people are saying, OSP, yempamono. Or that's WOHO. So now, people have some doubt about the office of the president and even the OSP. Same thing would have happened to our judiciary. And we must not compromise on that. The president must act and he should act according to the law which he has done.
No, Jabba wrap up, no, sorry.
Yeah, can say. This is not the first time Article 146 here. In 2006, 2005, 2006. Maybe Koso. Tiger Eye, Mubia Koso. In fact, Charlotte say, Mubia Koso. Inti, Muja or more, ye video. Some Muja or Mammy, and you Muja, Sebi, you Muja Papa and Chair or Modiano. We are all the same human beings. So, going forward, may expect to say, President Bia, whoever take over from President Mahama, the BC in the future, whatever. Yamma and Koswanyamra. The Constitutional Review Committee may send a metro a Ibia Koma about the Council of State. How or would you media or Mudium? As I say, or Mofutu or Madama President and so on. Yes. Or my young who a Futu Naya or Madama President. Nan yet to say. President sorry, I was who Council of State for to me for. Now, Futu bear no the maw. The Council of State, a Futu. Mina come to try to come home say, it's either you be the few. And now so Futu, no Mama Yunu, almost stating it clear. I'm a young Futu A, B, C, D, Shia, Council of State, the Maya. Ye be a casa upon advice from the Council upon advice. But Futu, Chrono, you won't. Tommy, you won't say Futu. So many man who see the mammy, see you. What's someone resigning there? On resigning China na a opaque wine whatsoever and then may say either a opaque or whoever whatever. The anyone say that Article 146 clause 8, that Article 146 clause 7, that Article 146 clause 6, the law is the law. And
Enra, Belinda baby. Odini birthday.
Oh, okay.
So now with that person a very happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Onua 95.1 FM. 95.1 FM. Yeah,